Some years ago, I was on a flight from the United Kingdom to Lagos, Nigeria. I met a Nigerian who had lived in the United Kingdom for 14 years. He had a very interesting but sad story to tell about his sojourn abroad. Here's what he told me. He was a manager in a Nigerian bank before he sold everything and traveled abroad. When he got to the United Kingdom, he placed his kids in schools and his wife trained for nursing. He could not get a job like what he had in Nigeria. He made do with the jobs he could find. In all the time he was in the United Kingdom, he didn't own his own property. He had a mortgage, which will be paid off in 10 more years. But his friends in Nigeria had their own houses and were not in debt to anyone. He said the only benefit he had from living abroad was that his kids had a good education and had good careers ahead of them. But after critically assessing his sojourn in the United Kingdom, he said it was a waste of his life. He said if he had stayed in Nigeria, he could have done better for himself. Now, that man does not represent the experience of everyone who migrated to the United Kingdom. There are many success stories of migrants who have made something awesome with their lives. However, there are also many sad stories hidden behind the shadows of the good ones. The reason why many people living in diaspora do not want to return to their countries is not because their country of residence abroad is better than their nation in Africa. I discovered that the reason why many cannot return is because of shame. I met a Nigerian in the US who had lived there for about 20 years. He confessed to me that he posts nice pictures on social media to make people back home think he's successful. He said he has nothing. He is up to his eyeballs in debt. He is a slave to the system. So many people are ashamed to return home. Most Africans are materialistic, and the first thing they want to see is what you have accumulated, how much money you have made abroad. People will mock you if you return home. People will mock you if you return to your home country to start hustling again. I see people living useless lives abroad. They post nice pictures on socials. They borrow money to travel back to their country for 1 month. Then they are back to the grind to repay their loan. 80% of the people who tell you that they are successful abroad are living in debt. As a Nigerian, I'm not used to debt. What I cannot afford, I avoid. I don't care what cars my neighbors drive. I refuse to go into debt to sustain my lifestyle. I'm pragmatic. The day I realize I no longer enjoy my stay abroad, I will move back to Africa. Many influencers on socials will not tell you that people, Africans, are suffering abroad. I met a man in the United Kingdom who owns houses in Lekki, Lagos, Nigeria, but he has 3 jobs in the United Kingdom. He is a big man in Nigeria, but a slave abroad. He will work himself to an early grave. This is a detestable life. Africans are materialistic. We don't consider things like purpose and happiness as indices of measurement of a good life. We have a pharaonic and paganistic philosophy of life which makes us live to acquire material things, even if we have to suffer and live a worthless life to acquire those things. The purpose of your life should be more than showing off your houses and possessions. Your life should be more than making posts on social media to make your peers envious. Live a life of purpose. Live life on your own terms. Live for yourself. Don't live to impress others. If you are living to impress others, you have become their slaves. Live for yourself. Live a life of purpose. Make a choice. Decide where you want to live, in Africa or abroad. But live life for yourself. Don't live to impress anyone. Live for yourself. Live, be at peace with yourself, with your own life. Be at peace with your own life. You'll be fine. You'll be fine.